In 2023, we were a pretty good team. We did really well. We made it to the playoffs. And then first playoff game against East Rockaway, we were all ready.
We kept catching balls, but they kept slipping because it was literally pouring so hard.
We were about a yard away a couple times.
And in overtime, they won off a pick six.
I think it was very upsetting to everyone because we really thought we were going to go far, especially because the year before they won. I was definitely a little bit scared of what was going to come because I thought last year was our only hope of being as good as the year before.
I knew it would definitely be different from last year since we were missing some of our top girls that played.
I was definitely concerned about replacing Maddie, Sophia, and Sophie. The previous year, they were three of the best players on our team and three most important positions, quarterback, center, and running back.
There was no one going to really replace Sophia, especially because she was the quarterback. We didn't really have even a backup quarterback.
Sophia is incredible. Last season, even the year before, which I wasn't here for.
The 2023 season, I was throwing the ball around, and Moody was saying how maybe I would be quarterback next year, but I wasn't set on it.
I remember coming to a preseason thing, and we were doing pat and go, and she was throwing, and I was so surprised because she was receiver last year.
I realized that Moody and Hadcliffe, they didn't want me to be Sophia, they just wanted me to try my best.
I was relieved because we had someone to fill Sophia's shoes.
I wasn't aiming to replace her, I was just aiming to try to get as good as her and learn some of her tactics.
It takes me a lot to learn. So I was I don't know how she's gonna know all these plays. I remember looking at Sophia and she knew everything. So I assumed that it would take some time.
We definitely all have to step up and play our best for Sam. Roster going into the year, we had 8 seniors, maybe about 3 or 4 were starting. A couple juniors were starting and maybe a sophomore or 2.
Even if they weren't younger, they were their first time playing. So no one really knew. I knew what it was like to play a sport and not have any idea. So I assumed that these girls would do the same.
They didn't care what they played as long as they were helping the team and bettering the team.
And I could tell they were all good athletes and they all played soccer, basketball.
Definitely with a lot of new players, no matter the age. The lack of experience will be rough at the start, but that's what preseason was for.
Our structure of the season, the first 3 games are the non-league games, and it gives us a chance to work together with actual competition. And then we have the 11 league games, which those are the games that determine our playoff seed and if we make it to playoffs.
Chargers on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Chargers
on 6.
Family.
Before every game, I got a little nervous, but especially this game because it was the first game.
Yeah, I was nervous a little bit going into the first game. I was super excited.
It was my first time having to memorize every single play on the band because wide receiver, you just have to know what you're doing. So I definitely was nervous that I would forget a play or something, but Moody always said that he was there for me if I forgot something.
I had no idea how we were gonna play as a team. It was a bunch of new girls.
I realized that I could do this and I have the skills and confidence, even though I might have to build it up a little.
What impressed me the most is we didn't really stop. After we scored, we said, look at this, let's go, first touchdown. Let's get another one. I think that showed what this year was going to be like.
I had no idea about any football. I didn't understand how football worked.
I had no idea who she was.
I'd only practiced with her a couple times before that game.
I was very nervous. Did not expect to play at all, and then ended up having a really good game.
Seeing her go in that Roslyn game, it was incredible.
The first touchdown, and she ran like across the whole entire field, and we all just kind of looked at her and was like, how did she not play the year before? Like, she was so good.
For soccer, I play striker, so it's like a lot of running. I would say I'm pretty fast, so I think playing running back, that definitely helped me a lot.
She also plays hockey, so the way she runs, she really can cut the corners.
I'm a very aggressive hockey player, so when it came to flag football, it came easy, I guess.
You know you could rely on her in any situation because you could just see how hard she works and the dedication she has, so she's never going to give up.
I think I proved myself in that game, definitely. I didn't know any girls coming in besides 2 girls that I'm friends with, and by the end of the first game, everyone knew my name. Everyone was just coming up to me, telling me how great I played.
It gave us hope, and it made us like secure because we knew we had someone that competitive and that strong that we can trust.
The defense against division and plain edge it was huge.
Even if someone didn't get a tackle, they would keep trying and not give up, which showed the dedication and like determination it took for us to get some of the wins we did.
After those first 3 games, we were all pretty confident, I think, but we knew that those were non-conference and that our teams in the conference would be better, so we did know we had to keep improving.
very frustrating.
It wasn't fun at all.
Since they were a new team, I assumed that we would just be better than them.
Offensively, we've had some opportunities where we could have moved the ball.
We missed a lot of flag pulls.
We saw that conference games, when we play better teams, it's going to be different. We're going to have to really work for it. And going into the second half, we realized that and we said, okay, let's work and let's win this game.
When Ava scored that touchdown, we were like, we can do this. If we scored one in the first, I don't know how much time was left.
Once the energy went up, everyone had more confidence. Everyone was blocking. Everyone was doing their runs.
It said a lot about us. It said that we have the will to not give up. We're going to keep going no matter what the score is. It was great to see our comeback, but it was pretty disappointing, especially after how hard we worked.
I kind of put all the pressure on me after I overthrew that trick play, and everyone came up to me supporting me, saying it wasn't my fault.
I know I missed a lot of flag pulls that game, and I was confused because in the non-league season, we definitely did really good defensively, so I was definitely concerned as of why it went downhill so fast. But I still had hope that we were gonna be a good defensive team because of those 3 non-league games.
Huge win, especially after the Fort Washington game, to show that we're a good team. And we knew we were a good team, but just to get that win, it was reassuring. We couldn't really break through their defense at all. Defense, we kind of struggled to follow them on their routes, and we allowed them to get a couple in.
the MacArthur team, their defense surrounded Ava.
Every second, they'd say, watch 30 get the ball. I took it as a compliment. It made me feel good about myself, but during the game, being looked at every second, it was definitely very frustrating.
We realized that game that maybe our passing wasn't the best, our catching, like us running our routes, because we really just depended on Ava the games before that.
It was definitely hard for Sam being new, and definitely hard to be consistent. You can never just walk up to something and learn it right away.
The team definitely helped pick up Sam, telling her that like everyone makes mistakes. None of us could have played quarterback, so she did the best job that anyone would have done, and she stepped up and she did something great for the team.
Those games we had to just keep improving. Those were the games where you learned from the mistakes you made in the past because we knew they were going to be lighter games.
I was feeling more confident in myself because I knew I had what it took. Even if I made a mistake or something, I knew that I could come back from it.
Things were definitely looking up from when we were down 1-2. Now we were up 4-2 in the conference.
We could only get better, I thought, because we have more like experience than each other. So I definitely was excited that we had a lot more games to go.
The Syosset game was pretty tough. We were missing Ava.
Honestly, Ava not being there for that Syosset game, it definitely made the team worried.
It definitely sucked missing it because I didn't know that Syosset was a good team until when everyone found out that I wasn't going, that everyone sounded upset.
Without Ava there, we were still able to move the ball.
The opportunities we missed in the first half really hurt us because there was no win when I was throwing that way.
We couldn't really break through. We were close a couple times.
When we were down 33-0 against Plainview, I was definitely surprised because even if we were going to lose, I did not think it was going to be that bad.
It was really difficult because it was a week that we had to prepare to play one of the hardest teams.
It was spring break and a lot of people weren't there, especially key people.
One time at practice, I'm pretty sure there was only like 10 people. We couldn't even do 7-on-7, which was pretty tough.
It's not a sport where you could be out for a while and then just drop in and be okay. You gotta work throughout.
We did have a better second half.
After that game, our playoff chances were definitely lower because we were on a time limit now and we did not have that many more opportunities to find success.
You could definitely tell everyone was a little more locked in after the Plainview game. That will to just keep going. It definitely helped throughout the rest of the season.
That was a very fun game. Haley Kamler had a really good game that game.
I definitely thought that winning the Long Beach game would carry over to Massapequa. I don't think we had won by that much before, and everyone was kind of boosted after that.
Playoffs.
We knew we had to win going into that game. We knew if we hadn't, there was a really good chance that we weren't going to get into playoffs. And in Massapequa, they're known for their sports, so we knew it was going to be a tough game.
I felt that everyone was more like definitely stressed out. Like I remember like talking to the girls and everyone was just like worried about what was going to happen. So I think that kind of put us at a disadvantage because when you're more stressed out and you're more tense, it will definitely lower your chances of doing well.
We let them get up kind of early, and we weren't really ready for them, I don't think. think we were prepared for the game, but when we got there, we weren't ready for them to just come at us like that. At the end of the first half, though, we were able to get one in, so we were only down by a score. We've come back from a lot worse than that.
I was confident, but I knew that every little mistake we made, Massapequa would pick it right up.
When they scored to make it 18-6, it just put us all down because the goal was getting farther and farther.
I was still holding out hope. We're a good team and we could come back. But they had scored again and again. By the time it was 31-6, it was pretty disappointing to see as the clock was winding down.
It was sad because I met a lot of great seniors this year, and seeing them upset, not being able to make it to playoffs their last year, being my first year wanting to make it to playoffs, it was pretty upsetting.
You try and keep your spirits up at practice. It's my happy place, but knowing that it was the last two practices, it was pretty sad. You try not to think about it when you're there. You want to have a good time, but it wasn't where we wanted to be at all.
Practice these next 2 days hard. That's all you could really do is just have fun with your friends, but definitely focus the last 2 days, make the most out of it.
Ending the season on a high note, you always want to do that for the morale, for the team, for the seniors leaving, and for the rest of the team for next year. It was a nice feeling knowing that we won our last game, but it was kind of sad knowing that it was our last game. Playing flag football, it meant a lot, It became the thing that I looked forward to every day. When the season ended in 2023, I couldn't wait till the 2024 season. Now it's over. It's sad, but I look back and I loved every second of it. I'm so grateful for it.
Like Moody says, this was a growing year, a teaching year, and it will help us in the future. But next year, I feel like we definitely have a lot of good returning players, a lot of juniors that are going to be seniors. We have a great chance with all the talent we have.